rooming with Bud Eakins at the Polish 6-day trials. And he said there was going to be a race all the way down the peninsula in Baja. And I thought how exciting that would be to try to meet that challenge. Went to Edison Dye, he was the importer of a Husqvarna, and talked him out of a 360 Husky. I'd work on the bike until 9 at night. I'd never thought of pre-running. I didn't have the time or the money to pre-run, but I'd read the Goulhart and Garrett guidebook about Baja, and it would say, at Rancho San Ynez, don't go out the main well-used road, go out the road with a big cactus on the left, and that's the road to La Paz. We put a 5-gallon Triumph gas tank on this Husky. We had to figure out how to get 5-gallon cans of gas down there. So I bought an old Volkswagen Bug, and a friend of mine, he was 17 years old, he carried 5-gallon cans of gas. And we'd agree in the guidebook what rancho he would leave the gas. Well, I passed everybody on the road, and I was leading the race. And I pulled up to that ranch house, knocked on the door, and an old lady came to the door, and I said, gasolina, gasolina. No, no gasolina. And I pushed past her, went to the back porch. There was my can of gas. Ran around, filled the bike. Dick Hansen, running second place, came by just as I finished filling the tank. The best around then was Bud Eakins. And he was my hero, and I wanted to be like him. And I luckily got to room with him in Poland for his last 6 days. And got to know him quite well. One of the crashes I vividly remember, Ralph Dublin, he and I were going to ride a Husky in the Baja 500. I was going to ride the first part of the race and he was going to ride the second part. So I'm tearing along, I'm going as hard as I can go, and I'm just about to Catavina, and I knew this corner coming up was a big sweeping right-hander. Looked up and it was a hairpin turn. I had gotten the corners mixed up. And I went off the side of the road down about 30 feet. And I remember waking up when they were two big heavy doctors were pushing on my leg, trying to bend it back in shape.
Malcom is just an icon, you know? I mean, he's one of those key legends in our sport.
Malcolm Smith to Baja is a legacy. He is the legend of Baja.
I mean, Malcolm, he's another icon of the sport. He's somebody, you know, when you watch the original on any Sunday, you're like, that's Malcolm Smith. And, you know, just to think about the fact that I'm kind of riding for somebody who was one of the pioneers of our sport, it's kind of crazy to think about. And it's cool that our sport can, you know, provide that.
It's so exciting to get on a motorcycle, turn on that throttle and feel that adrenaline. Racing, it takes all your ability, your eyesight, your brain power, your hearing, your coordination, your balance. Everything has to operate right at the top level to race. And to get your body working at that level is quite a thrill.